Okay, here we go on to round 3. So some various developments, but as you recall, that last time I bombed his transports and landed here. He did not attack our battleship destroyer here with Japan. He did build himself 4 subs and a fighter and moved his fleet into 48. He did use his bomber to go ahead and kill my freebie there. So I think hopefully all of that is what helped kind of keep him from attacking the fleet here. I don't know, but it did. So now we got into an interesting issue with U.S. and U.K. So we were debating bringing the fleet down to 44 so that we could potentially come in and on U.S. 3, U.K. 4, take Borneo and stack it. But to do that, I would need to build at least a battleship here in India. And you have to remember this is pre-Germany's turn, because you can see what Germany did already, but this is pre-Germany's turn, so they hadn't already done what they did. And the issue that came in as we discussed it is, if I built a battleship down here, it limited what I'd be able to build in the UK. And my fear was, last turn, I missed that he built a destroyer, so he could have moved his battleship destroyer out here to C-Zone 13, and all I would have had was these 3 that could attack, which would not be a good attack on the battleship destroyer. And he had been threatening Washington, D.C. and us, so I needed to prepare to build a defense for a Sea Lion attack. And if I built a battleship, if he went that way, then I would not be able to build a battleship and a defense unless we flew the U.S. plane back on U.S. 2 and the U.K. plane back. Then we could have done it. But if we flew the U.S. plane back on 2, that would have left West Russia at a, I want to say it was like a 55-60% shot for Germany to take a shot on West Russia. So it would have put West Russia at a high risk. If I did it where I just built a destroyer here, they would have like a 75% shot that Japan could wipe them out. So as you can see, there's multiple things were kind of coming together that made it a hard decision. Now, so we ultimately decided to go ahead head up north, which he will be able to pull his fleet up and build and threaten us. But if they move up, then we should be able to move UK over, bring them down, and then we'll be able to get them back together. The whole goal is, again, to be US 5 to be on Philippines. So we got US 3, US 4, US 5, so we can come back 3, 4, 5, or even back to here 3, 4, 5, different possibilities that could come up. So we're gonna play with different ideas and see where we get to. But yeah, I may have talked myself wrong, and Conradian, if you're watching this, I realize I kind of misspoke, because I was saying if the Japan fleet moves up, then I'll move over, but that's still US 3, they're going to have to move out first. So if the Japan fleet's here, US 3, he may have to move to 52 in order to be able to reach here by US 4 for me to be able to meet up with him, hopefully. Assuming that he'll be able to get to 52, but he may have to use destroyer blocks in doing such. So I don't know. I may have misspoke with him. We may end up coming back down this way after all. And if we do, and you're listening, Conradian, that's my mistake. I miscounted my play here. Any case, as it turns out, Germany did not go this direction, which buys me a little freedom now here. And instead, he used them to come up, help speed up his trade here, which is a positive for him. But he did attack 3 infantry and his fighters up here, and he just lost his infantry, I think it was. Archangel just was horrible dice. He lost 3 infantry up there. Attacked 3 infantry, 3 fighters, and lost 3 infantry. And hit nobody, for that matter. Just horrible dice. I really do feel bad for El Capo. He has had some brutal dice in this game already. So In any case, that's where we stand here. I have not consulted with my group, and I'm just going to play. On the positive side, we finished off the other game, and we won the other match, which officially means whether we win or lose this match, our team is in the playoffs. So we can play a little bit loose. So I'm just going to go ahead and take my turn. So I played around with a couple of different ideas. I am going to go ahead and build that battleship after all. For the India fleet, I'm going to build a transport up here for the Atlantic. And we're going to build an infantry and a tank down here for India. Swag Asian, Pepsi person. Was it? Pepsi person, sorry. Pepsi person. Swag Asian is his Discord name. So, Pepsi person threw in there that we could stack Kaza. I wasn't planning on moving these infantry this way. To be perfectly honest, I was planning on moving this way to help manage this situation, but I think we can still do it. We're just gonna hang loose here in 35. This may cost us. This is a little bit risky, and you'll see why in a moment. But we'll see what happens. If Japan decided to attack us, that would free up Germany to break free through here. But if he attacks us, then that lets means U.S. is going to just dominate Japan then, and Japan's going to be locked out of here. So we'll see. We're going to play risky. Anyways, there's our buy. I do want to make sure we take this, and we've got some U.S. reinforcements coming up. And the reason I want to make sure that we take it is so that he doesn't then be able to move in and land fighters down here too, because I would not be able to wedge them. But 5 infantry, a tank, and an AA. I'll still have 2 infantry, artillery, 4 fighters, a bomber, and probably this tank still that could reach there. So we'll still be in pretty good shape in that regards. Can I do anything useful with him? I don't think I can. Oh. Well, why don't we do that? We'll free up one of these dudes to also hit over here just to make sure that we get that guy. And we're just going to hang out here with our transport. You know, we could have gone for DEI. Or Borneo, but I'm not really a big fan of taking them with UK, to be honest, so we're just going to hang out, I think. We're going to build the battleship. He's going to have a 60% shot at wiping my fleet here, but with the battleship, and again, if he does that, U.S. is going to roam free. So I think U.S. will go nutso then, if that's the case. And with the battleship, it's much less likely that he hits and retreats, so... And then also, later on, we can bring this whole thing through the Mediterranean to help our Atlantic fleet, maybe. So, that's what I'm thinking. For now, we're going to stay hanging out there. I think that's all our attacks. Burma could have done it all on his own. He didn't even need any other planes coming in. Be nice to take... Good gracious, that's why I took 3 fighters. No hit back, no hit back. Give me a 5. Dang it. The good news is he'll have to keep diverting his own sources here too, right? I wonder. I was taking a quick look at it. What if I moved all this and the tank into here with the U.S. coming on around? But I don't think I want to do it quite yet because I do want to help out my partner who wanted me to go that direction. Bomber goes there, fighter goes there, fighters go there. We're going to leave all these guys fine. These fighters can't reach here. These fighters can't reach here. So I'm just going to build my transport in there. Battleship, tank, infantry. Oops. Transport up here so we can start doing some stuff on this side. There we go. And so that gives me the shot where we still have this tank, this infantry tank, or this infantry and this tank that I could take with the transport, plus these guys, plus fighters. But that gives me flexibility that if I need the fighters to go this way, I could do it with bomber and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 units, and he can have that going in there, but I'd have this coming out as backup. So we could even send this entire fleet the other direction and just send the transport this way and be able to recounter Egypt if he went in on it. So that's our plan.